start streaming. Let's get the music. Oh damn. Alright, we got the YouTube running. I need to change some things. Hello, morning everybody tuning into the YouTube over here. I'm just setting up some things before we get started. Need to send a Zoom link to the Slack group. Alright, Slack has the Zoom link as well. The YouTube is nicely populating over here, 65 people watching. Let's do some fresh analysis for pound yen. Let's start with pound yen today because that's looking very interesting for me. So basically, what we see is the daily yesterday came down to support. How's the sound for everybody, by the way? Is the music too loud, too soft?
And the music in the Zoom's a little loud.
Oh yeah, is this better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll keep it like this. Alright, perfect. So pound yen came down to this support and rejected to create a fresh support. Now the question is this support, fresh support created to retest the highs? Or is this just a booby trap candle as a little pullback to continue on down? So if we look at the 4 hour, we see 4 hour came up to this resistance over here. It started consolidating because it printed this weak bullish candle. Next one did a little retracement, and then we see another bullish candle, and then the London 4 hour basically came bearish. So it's printing a little bit of barcodes, but the London 4 hour closed below this support, this fresh support over here, which is, you know, a structural point to this uptrend, to this move up. So my analysis or my thesis for GJ would be to kind of correct this clean traffic to the left coming down to, let's say, 152.500 as a conservative target. So this would be the target for sells right over here, 152.500, which is what I'm looking at. Let's note it down. Target sells. Let's do ultimate target sells. Alright, perfect. So for price to correct this clean traffic to the left, what does it need to do? If we investigate to the lower time frames, we see the lower time frames are kind of just coming bearish. Hold on, let me get a better text over here. Perfect. So if we see that 1 hour is basically coming down bearish, each candle is getting bigger and bigger until we see this doji candle. If we investigate this into the lower time frames, we see that there's a support formed, and this 30-minute closed above support. If we take a look at the 15-minute, 15-minute is basically ranging. The reason that is because until 12:30 there's a low volume. Like pre-New York starts at 12:30, so that's maybe when we're gonna start to see volume coming in. We've got clean candles coming down to about 25 pips, 30 pips. So let's take a look what we can do with GJ. I think if we have candle closing below here, we can start taking sells. Yeah, so that's going to be the signal for today is GJ candle closing below this support to the left hand side and the fresh support right here to continue on down with clean traffic to the left. So that's what I'm eyeing on for this session. That's the bread and butter for this session. If we analyze gold, so if you guys send in your charts already, I'll take a look at them after I'm done with this analysis. Basically, gold tapped into these wicks over here, and it's going on bullish. The weekly candle has no bottom wick yet, which is something I'm looking at. However, we need to take it with a grain of salt because it's a weekly candle. The previous week also didn't have a top wick, so and it just went straight down. So let's see what we can make with that information. We have a fresh support resistance formed over here, which is the structural point of this downtrend, and basically formed this support, broke below it on Monday and closed back inside the range. So essentially now price is consolidating on the higher time frames, and when price is consolidating on the higher time frames, I'm looking to buy the support and sell the resistance. So we see price came down. It came down to this area over here, or at least it tried coming down to this area at 1775-ish. If we look on the lower time frames, we will see some rejections. So the analysis for gold right now, it's a little tricky. It's basically just consolidating on the 4 hours. So I'm not so keen on touching it unless it taps into this support down here. Then I'd be looking for some buys to go back up, or potential breakout above here with the high volume time. I think within this range, I think you can definitely have some opportunities if price starts breaking this structure point over here. You can definitely correct this clean candle, which is a 40 pip candle to the left. So let's see how this how gold evolves throughout this New York session, but predominantly I'm going to be looking at GJ to break below this support at 153, 150. Oh shit, it's Master P. Yes sir, I'm hosting the New York session for today. I host them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was watching and learning from this channel for 1 month and make 100% profit in 1 week. Wow, crazy, from Alodia, Bali. Alright, so let's see what opportunities are going to come our way for this session. I think gold is a little difficult, but we're going to analyze it better in a minute. I'm just going to see how this 30-minute closes on GJ. It's looking pretty weak. Let's see, could there be possibilities of maybe a sell stop? I think that's going to be a little risky. A sell stop below this low, that's going to be really risky. Maybe that's something more towards the NY Open that we can take a look at. For now, I'm going to wait for this 30-minute to close, or maybe the next 15-minute to close below here. What do you think about the SPX and NASDAQ? Well, I think they're indexes. I have no bias for them today. I don't analyze them. Can you explain how you set the big vertical candles? Big vertical candles, like how I zoom in like this. It's you just drag to the right hand side of the screen. One second. Right. Yeah, I think there's a very delicate situation on gold. My idea was for it to first come down to this support area on the 4 hour, and then we can look for like a break of the bearish structure to take buys up to the resistance. But it's kind of coming up. Maybe if it forms a resistance over here, it can retest the lows. But if it breaks this point, then it can continue on upwards. but it's not in a favorable the market conditions on gold right now are not very favorable for me to at least trade in, so I'm gonna sit back. Hello, how do you draw zones? I think basically you click this rectangle tool and then you find where there's support and resistance, like over here, and then you just drag it. That's how you draw a zone. Let's see. Alright, so everybody in the Zoom is also free to unmute themselves if you have something to say. It would be cool. Which platform do you use to trade? Looks different than OTC FX. Well, this is Tradingview. I use the Owanda, or actually for GJ I use the FXCM, what's it called? Liquidity feed, but I use a different broker. Right, and if this hourly on GJ can do a little bit of a pullback, show us, you know, a little bit of a bullish candle, then that would be even better to take because then that indicates somewhat of a pullback after this extensive move down. So if the Gulag has any charts to send in as well, feel free to send them in. I'll take a look at them. Let's take a look at the news as well. I think we don't have anything for today, but tomorrow... Yeah, so we have a little bit of some sort of USD news, but that's after this session, after NYSE open as well. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we have some news for the euro and the pound. Towards the end of the London session, manufacturing PMI could have some sort of impact if the numbers are really, really off. Other than that, I think it should be a pretty clean day. Let's take a look here. Oh, so they're expecting really good numbers for the manufacturing tomorrow. Alright, gold is breaking up. Alright. Do you have a resistance level on GJ around 153 to 20? 520. Oh yeah, there's this level over here. That could be like a conservative target. But I'm looking more towards 500 flat. I think that's a really safe, really good target. Should hit easily. What's this? Some news from 5 minutes ago about Brexit. UK's frost has delicate balance in Ireland. Interesting. Alright, we got some charts coming in from the Gulag from Willow. Let's take a look. This pound yen 30-minute. Wait for 30-minute to close below, clean range on the hourly. I think that's a perfect plan. Wait for a close below this support. Really good idea. Looking at the same thing. do you use currency strength on Finwiz? No, we actually use a Chinese indicator called livecharts.co.uk. And then if you go to currency strength meter, this is basically the indicator we like to use. And we see pound is rather weak and yen is rather strong. So that makes sense for pound yen to go down. And what about gold? Does this have gold? No, but the USD is very strong. So technically gold should come down if USD is strong, but gold is going up. So you think GJ is going to hit a quarter point level, levels 0.75 or 0.500 psychological level? Yeah, I guess it can hit 0.500 rather easily. Yeah, I guess that's a quarter point. Then you have like 153 flat if you look at quarter points, but I'm simply looking at this clean range to the left, and then runners can potentially run to 0.500. Am I ready for gold buys? Probably not. Probably not going to trade gold this session because it's basically ranging. So in these market conditions is where I give back profits.
Gold range is nasty.
Oh yeah, definitely. This before, like I would make really good profits the week before, and then the next week would present me with this situation, and I would lose all those profits. So I learned from that, and I'm just sitting back now.
You still holding Guala? I think you'd be.
No.
Oh.
Can you tell us what will be the possible buy and sell area for gold? For gold, I think potentially you can get buys above this area over here, right above this resistance point at 1783.500. Then there's some clean traffic to the left, which is about 45 pips of clean traffic. And if you have a resistance formed here at this previous resistance, then I think you might be able to retest the lows, flip the full 4-hour bearish, and come down to maybe 1774. I think is a very reasonable target, so that's about a pretty good range. Yeah, buys are looking more dominant at this point, but we're approaching this area over here, which is a bearish engulfing candle, and I've seen that typically candles like to wick reject these areas, so I wouldn't be very interested in buying into this zone. GJ looks like it's created a top wick, might be coming down now. Let's take a look at the last 5 minutes of this 15-minute. Can I look at this chart? Let's take a look at this chart from Eldwin. Oh, that's my bad. Let's take a look at the chart. Basically, waiting for 30-minute 1 hour to close below this support. Enter sells after price broke this low. Okay, so you have two options. Either the 30-minute or 1 hour closes below support, or it breaks this wick and you enter sells. That's pretty good. Then one way or the other, you're going to catch it. So I think that's pretty good. I might be looking at even if this 15-minute can close below. I think that can be already a good confirmation if the 15 closes below. We'll see. We'll have to rate it when it happens. I got into gold buys earlier. I have a few scalp position, one position up 18 pips, another 32 and 52. Very nice. How much time did it take me to become profitable? About 7 months to a year. That was when 8 months. 8 months. That's it. Because I started in April, and then by the end of the year, beginning of the new year, I was pretty profitable, pretty consistent. Would you say this as too early or just probability? Let's take a look at this chart. Executed sells as the lows are broken, taking note of no top wick on the 30-minute. Yeah, this was basically executed during low volume time. If you come take a look at the time at the bottom of the screen, it says 11:30 my time, you know, Central European time, and basically between 10:30, 11 o'clock, where the 4-hour closes, and 12:30, when these streams begin, there's typically low volume, which is why we see price consolidating here. And if you look historically on the chart, well, yesterday it was rather big volume right at the last, 30-minute of the 4-hour close, and then once the 4-hour closed, we can see that there was low volume at 11:30, 12, and then 12:30 volume slightly somewhat picked up and then continued with NYSE. If you come take a look at the previous day, 11 o'clock had a lot of volume, and then come 11:30 price consolidates, and then if you look at 1:30, which is pre-New York, then you get like a nice confirmation and price moves 30 pips. So you basically just traded in a low volume time. That's all. That's why this was a loss over here. From Imran. 15 min close below or above the zone is a good confirmation to take a trade. I think it's only a good confirmation if it closes below, because the bias is bearish. If you get a close above, then you'd want it to be at least a 30-minute close above, maybe hourly close above. But because we have, the 4-hour in our direction, we know that the New York volume has a high probability of kicking in bearish, and we know that sometimes GJ just likes to rip, that maybe a 15-minute close might just be enough confirmation to continue on down. I slept in the Asia session earlier. My pending buy for 1790 opened when the market goes down. I hope that it will go up till 1790 so I can recover. Ooh. So you had like a buy. Oh wow, you had a buy stop at 1790, and you ate about 135 pip drawdown. Damn. And now you're back up to 50 pip drawdown. Sheesh. Oh, we got JCK donated 11 euros. Thank you, JCK. That's quite nice. Quite nice of you. Master P, do you have a training program? I have a consultancy program, but you can find more about that in my Instagram. Let's take a look at this chart. After closing a strong bullish, we can go for a long position to retest the previous high. This is Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin on the 30-minute. Okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because I mean, I don't see that there's any sort of previous high. I guess you see this as a high, but it's basically ranging, and you're at support, so it makes sense to buy support and then go to resistance. So that makes sense. XAU buys question mark. Yeah, if it's in your plan, my plan, there aren't really any buys, but as this 5-minute high is getting broken, that'd be a pretty interesting opportunity for sure. That's something I'd be looking at if my bias was bullish. You have a 30 pip range, 12 pip stop loss. I think could be pretty well, but this 5-minute is closing in 10 minutes, so in 10 seconds, so probably a good idea to wait for the close. Any analysis for Euro USD? No, I don't trade Euro USD, so I don't analyze it unless you send in a chart. Then I can take a look at your analysis. Is it possible that the market go up to 1790 and above? Yeah, I think it can go up to 1790, and then you'll be at break even on your buy stop in Asia session. Oh, kindly share my consultancy link. Okay, I guess I can give you the link. Yeah, I posted the link in the chat if you guys are interested. It's not a mentorship, it's not a course, it's one-on-one consultancies to refine your system, your trading system. 5-minute wick rejection on gold. Yeah, that's basically, this 5-minute is basically a booby trap candle. Price is going up and it has so much volume, and this candle entices new traders to take a sell so that price can retrace. But what price does is it breaks the high and then continues on upwards in the overall uptrend. And pound yen is continuing on to range over here. If this hourly does close bullish, that's going to be even better, because then we have some form of a pullback, and we can say that we can have a second leg down, because it's quite rare for price to just move in one direction without doing any sort of pullbacks. Are you not looking for a retest first on gold? Yeah, my plan right now isn't for gold buys, so I'm leaving gold be until a 4-hour can close above this 4-hour resistance. So I'm not really looking to touch gold. It's a very delicate situation. But if my bias was bullish and I wanted to be aggressive, then I would have been looking to enter like on the break of this high over here. But I needed it to come down to this support before I can take any buys, because then I know that it's basically the down move has extinguished. Alright, let's get another song playing. We got a lot of love in the YouTube chat. Love it. It's amazing to see. Oh wow. Oh shit. This GJ is retracing a little too hard over here. Retracing back into the zone, damn. Money song. Somebody's asking for the money song. I think we'll get the money song on when there's money opportunities. When there's some banking setups, we'll put on the money song. That's for sure. So yeah, gold is continuing the pump up over here. Got a chart from the Zoom. This is Euro JPY 15-minute wick rejecting the support area, candle break out of consolidation zone. First target on this resistance zone, the plan is to close partials, 29 pip range. Nice, that's a really good idea. I love it. Really good idea. This is what I was like looking on gold to happen more down here after it's corrected this clean traffic to the left. Oh, there's some news going on in the UK over here. If I was looking for buys, what would you look out for and what to avoid? I think I would avoid taking a buy into this level over here, honestly. Because from what I've seen, these engulfing patterns, they are very, very strong patterns. So I would wait. Yeah, I would basically just avoid taking a buy inside this range, or you know, going up to the range is perfectly fine from like down here up to there. But yeah, taking a buy inside this range is going to start to get tricky. So I'm personally waiting for like this 4 hour to close above this resistance, so that then we can say that this weekly support is going to hold and the weekly candle can continue on upwards to create a support and retest the highs. So if we look at the monthly is closing this week and it's also at a somewhat of a monthly support. Monthly broke the low, so we'll have to see. If today we might range to form a resistance to retest the lows. I think that's very probable, but then you'll see that the lower time frames are just going to range, and then tomorrow we might have the breakout. Just observed that if gold already had a strong move earlier, either to the upside or downside, next price action will start to range and be messy. That's also true. Didn't 4 hour just close at 15 minutes ago? Depends. Some 4 hours close at different times. It depends which time zone your broker is located in. Do I take the Elliott wave count into my trading? No, sir. I don't. What I can do if I am closing early, like 10 pips on gold and not keeping runner. I think close about 80%, 90% of your position at 10 pips and then leave a runner. And if your comfort level and the range is there, then maybe don't even close 10 pips. Close majority at 20 pips, 15 pips. Do I trade with the Japanese cloud Kinko? No. I trade what I see on the charts. So if you don't see it on the charts, I don't trade it. So yeah, it looks like this 30-minute and hourly is gonna close back inside this range, but it's still below this hourly level over here. So I think taking buys might get a little sticky. I think taking buys back inside this range is gonna get a little sticky because you have all sorts of resistances, and the range is only about 30 pips. That's okay, but you've got a lot of resistances to the left. 15 pips away. Out of GA or GU, which pair would you pick? Breaking up long-term relationship with EU this week. EU is single on the market. I think if you had to pick between GA or GU during New York session, I think GA might be the better option, because then only the pound is open. So you might see some clean moves, but for GU you have both the pound and the dollar affecting it. So then it's like double the trouble, right? So I would focus on GA during New York. How to close Hoff in icy markets? A question from the Gulag by Hellboy. Let's copy and paste that question into Google over here and see. Let's delete icy markets and replace it with like MT5 or MT4, and then click like the, oh wow, look at this, babypips.com. It basically says to double tap the position, and then this screen comes up, and then you can adjust the lot size over here. Wow, look at that. So you basically click on modify or delete, and then you can change the volume. Who knew you had such a powerful searching tool right here on the web? Wow, mind is blown. We got 5 minutes to close until this hourly closes back in the range, but below the hourly range. So I think the selling opportunities are still going to be on the table. So what pair? Let's analyze another pair. What pair should we analyze over here? I saw some suggestions for Euro USD, USD CAD. Type in the chat what pair do you want to analyze. Do I trade cryptos? No. Let's start with Euro USD, I guess. So Euro USD on the daily time frame is heading down. We printed a bullish candle at this daily support. Now the question is this bullish candle just a minor pullback, like a booby trap candle for price to continue on down, or is it a potential deeper pullback for price to go up and create a resistance? Let's actually take a look at the weekly. Wow, Euro USD looks awfully a lot like gold over here, to be honest. So let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is coming down bearish after rejecting this resistance. And we are currently also at a support. So I think what you would want to see is potentially support form to retest these highs. And for sells, you'd want to see a break of this. Honestly, you'd want to see a fresh support form, because, you know, the daily closed bullish, and right now the momentum, and we broke above this structural point for the bearish downtrend. So we're starting to see bullish indications, and these candles coming down are very weak. So you'd want to see, you'd potentially be looking for a retest of the highs, provided the range is enough, or a fresh support formed and then a break of that support to then come back down, and then you can say that this daily candle is a booby trap candle to continue on further. So let's take a look at the hourly. Yeah, it's pretty little tricky because this range is only 25 pips, so maybe a break above this range is going to be a much better idea, or a fresh support formed on the 4 hour and then a break of that support. Oh nice, GJ starting to reject back into the range. That's a really good indication, because then that tells us it's basically grabbed orders from this consolidation to continue on down. And then we'll have a bullish candle indicating a pullback, and if we break this support, then we can have the second leg down. We've got some suggestions for GU, GA, NAS 100. Let's go with GA. I think a lot of people are asking for GA. GBP AUD. Delete previous analysis. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is pretty bullish. Oh, we closed above weekly resistance. Monthly is currently at resistance, but it looks like it wants to start breaking this resistance, so it's pretty interesting. Let's see what we can make out of it on the lower time frame. So we created this high over here on the 4 hour. Perfect. We created this high over here on the 4 hour. We have a support formed over here, which coincides with this previous support to the left. If we take a look at the hourly time frame, oh, so messy. so messy. I think this range, what is this? 30 pip range, 35. I think it's very, very tricky to trade within this range. Maybe if you get a close above this level at point 8500, then you can continue on upwards. I think that's going to be my analysis, and if we break this support, then you can see a deeper pullback. But yeah, very difficult. So we have the new hourly candle. Hourly candle closed below this resistance I had marked from the 30-minute resistance over here. So we're still ranging. We're still ranging. If we get maybe a 15-minute close below here with the pre-NY volume, it can continue on down on GJ. Gold is creating its lower wick. Yeah, I think it created a high over here. If price retraces to form a support, it can be able to retest these highs. But you want to be very wary of this whole level over here. What is a booby trap candle when you give? Can I give an example, please? Yes, absolutely. Let me first draw an example, and then we can take a look at real life examples over here. So let's say price is going up, and we know that it's a pair like gold or GJ that just have so much volume. And let's say this is even any time frame. This works on any time frame. So let's say it's the 15-minute, right? So we're going up. We see candles are getting weaker and weaker. We might then we get a different color, and then eventually we see a small body candle formed, something like this, right? And it might even have a big rejection wick to the bottom side, right? Now, I call it a booby trap candle is because this candle over here basically entices new traders, and I used to do this mistake all the time. They would say, okay, price has gone up over here. I missed the move up, but maybe I can catch the retracement going down. So new traders, they would take a sell over here for price to come down, fill the wick, and then do a pullback to create a support, and then retest the highs, right? Something like that. And the reason I call it a booby trap candle is because on high volume pairs like pound yen or gold, what you will see is the next candle, instead of coming down to do a deeper pullback, it actually might create its bottom wick first and then start going up. Let me draw it good. And then start going up to break this high, and then basically continue on the uptrend, something like this, right? So that's why I call it a booby trap candle, because it's basically like a booby trap for new traders to take a sell to go down, but in reality it's in an uptrend, and it's going to break the high and continue on upwards. So you see a lot of these examples on for example, pound yen over here. These aren't necessarily booby trap candles because they start consolidating. So let me find a better example on gold. Gold had a lot of good examples of booby trap candles. So it's basically these 5 minutes over here, this 5 minute, this 5 minute. Let me put the music back on. This 5 minute as well. They are all booby trap candles because basically if price breaks the high, then you know it's going to continue on the uptrend, and with volume, then it can continue pumping up. And you see like all these trades over here pretty much, yeah, for the most part worked out. And this works extremely well when there's a really strong uptrend. And you can see over here it tapped into this consolidation support area, not quite fully, but it started rejecting, and it basically started a really strong uptrend. So yeah, this is technically also a booby trap candle, but you see the body is quite small, is quite big in respect to the previous bodies. So at that point you need to figure out for yourself whether it's a good idea to take the break of the high. I closed early on gold because percentage candle closed with no top wick, but the next bullish candle has no bottom wick. Oh, over here, yeah. Sometimes that's just gold having a lot of volume. The 5-minute can give weak confirmations in terms of top and bottom wicks. This is an interesting situation forming here on GJ, because if we are respecting this resistance, price created this support to potentially, you know, continue retest the highs, but the bias is bearish, right? So if this support fails to hold, it could come down to the bottom of this range, but the range is only 10 pips, and it's a rather nasty range. So this is something I would look at. If the range was maybe like 30 pips, 50 pips, I would look to take the break of this low, because then if we break this support, then we can say that this resistance over here is gonna hold, and price can come down to the support. And because our bias is bearish, at least my bias is bearish, there's, you know, a higher probability for this support to break, and then the runners can run quite nicely. But I think it's rather far-fetched idea in such a small range. It's best to wait for a candle to close below. Ake is asking, yo, Master P, just tell me what you do special in your life for me to follow your consulting thing. Nothing special. I'm just 19, or ordinary guy. Nothing crazy. Haven't flipped 100 euros to 1,000,000 euros just yet, so nothing crazy. Gold is going to retest it. Can't just keep buying. What am I expecting on gold? Oh boy, I said this so many times already. Like, I'm not expecting much. I'm not looking to trade gold today either. And you can see here, price basically broke this high in a very strong uptrend, and it's up about 9 pips over here. But I'm really not looking to buy into this zone until this 4-hour can close above. Am I 19? Yeah, I'm turning 20 in a month or two. Mohammed, you shall start a trading course. The way you explain things is very better than a lot of old traders. That's interesting. Thank you. How much did I lose on my journey before taking profit constantly? I didn't lose that much, to be honest. So in my scalping journey, I basically lost in my first year 9% of my total account. It never went below 10%. I lost about 9 point something percent, and the majority of that was commission. I basically started with a 10,000 euro account, which was way over my comfort level. I started trading 1 lot, 2 lots, and then as the year progressed, I obviously lowered those lot sizes. But yeah, I didn't blow it. I promised Raja, I'm like, man, I know it's a big account, but I'm not gonna blow it, trust. And I only blew 9% of that account, and this year I made that back in terms of percentages. Who gave you 10k? Nobody. I made it myself. My boss gave it to me. He gave it to me in exchange for my time and effort. Wow, and GJ is just breaking highs and breaking into the range. Crazy. Oh dear, somebody sold gold now. Okay. Interesting. Interesting analysis of selling gold. I mean, it is at a resistance, but there's no confirmation yet.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
It's making higher lows.
True. True, I noticed that on the hourly it's very clear.
Yeah.
Right here, here, here. Yeah, I don't think people should be blowing. Like, you don't need to blow accounts to learn, to be honest. Like, you really shouldn't have any more on your total account, really any more than maybe 20% drawdown. Like, if you're risking 1%, 2% a trade, you really shouldn't be allowing your account to go any more than 20% max. Like, for me, 10%, I'm like, yeah, that's where I don't want to, go below 10%. But you have to see it as this as well. If once you go full time into trading, and you know that even during your absolute worst times you can manage risk and not lose more than, let's say, 10% in a whole year, then that's going to boost your confidence a lot.
I honestly think that people should, but not like they should. Like blowing your account gives you like a hit of reality.
Oh yeah.
And that's when people start to take this seriously.
That's true. You hear a lot of those stories like, yeah, I blew an account, and from then on, I got my shit together, and yeah, that's also true. Yeah, slowly gold looks like the trend is kind of, if it starts breaking supports in this minor uptrend over here, I think you can see a deeper correction. But we'll have to take it by the ear. And GJ, I'm just so surprised. GJ is just going up with no bottom wick, breaking highs back into the zone. That's such an odd behavior. Like, you can say, yeah, the previous daily closed strong bullish, but if the 4-hour is breaking structure, then yeah, you kind of expect it to come down.
Yeah, if you go to the daily, the zone, maybe could be just a retest to go lower.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Also got this. Delicate situation.
Yeah, indeed. You just want to wait and see for either a break below this minor support, or this 4-hour closing above this level over here. Then you can say that NYSE volume and London close volume can continue correct this clean traffic of like 90 pips. When to pay tax of trading, every month or at the end of the year? That's different for everybody. I'm pretty sure at the end of the year, because it's capital gains tax, not the income tax. Discipline and being a robot helps in trading? ? It's not about being a robot. It's about being more aware of your emotions. When you feel the greed or the FOMO, then you need to have the discipline to step back. It's not about canceling out the greed or FOMO. It's just about being aware that you're starting to feel some form of emotions which go against your dreams of becoming a pro trader or a full-time trader, and then you just need to step back from the charts and respect yourself to not fall victim of those emotions. Are these London sessions going to continue when Raja is back on his stream? Yeah, I think London streams are going to continue with Luke, and we'll continue the New York streams as well as full time. But we still need to see with Raja what he's going to do and things like that. How do I become a student of Raja? Oh, good question. I don't know. I think he finds you rather than you find him. Hey, I am new in trading world. How can I start with all basics? I think you can start on babypips.com. They have a lot of good basics. You can read their support and resistance things, education, and then you can go through all these things, how to trade forex and things like that. I think it's a really good place to start. I blew like 5 accounts before I started to make profits and have discipline. That was expensive. Yeah, for some people they need a couple smacks to to get it in. How can I deal with executing trades? I have pretty good bias, but I am just afraid to enter the position and hold it. That's a good question. I think I would say you need to focus on the specific patterns that are working for you. So take a look in the journal. When you did execute a trade, what winning pattern was it executed on? And then make it your goal to repeat that same pattern over and over again. Right? If that makes any sense. Let's see, I fund my small account for trade for a bit, then life gets busy and my broker closed the account after 3 months of inactivity. Happened twice. Is that normal? I think so, yeah. I think that's normal, but if it's a real account with real money, I don't think it should ever be closed. That's a little odd, I have to say. It's a little odd. I know like demo accounts and things like that, they do get closed after inactivity, but with real money, it's odd. Five-minute attempting to engulf on gold. Yeah, I think if you start breaking this structural point over here, that might be the cause for a like a higher time frame, deeper pullback. And by higher time frame, I mean a 30-minute time frame, because the 5-minute, the 30-minute relative to the 5-minute is a higher time frame, just like the 4-hour is a higher time frame relative to the 30-minute. It seems like, yeah, we're basically rejecting this level, which is why I didn't want to take buys coming up to the level. I was more looking for maybe sells at this level to flip the 4-hour bearish. And buys, I was looking at them once, if the 4-hour could wick down to here, I would be looking for buys towards this level to kind of flip the 4-hour back bullish again. Because where it's at right over here, it's basically the middle of the zone. Like, then you're just in the middle of the consolidation, and that's where things get very delicate. Let's see if GJ can grab the liquidity necessary to do this push down. Do I recommend Magic Keys for new traders? Yeah, absolutely. I think Magic Keys is very, very handy. They released a digital version now, so you don't even have to get the physical version, which there's shipping times. A lot of times it's out of stock, so now there's the digital version, which is much cheaper. So that's pretty cool. Ake is telling me, bro, I will teach you something and you have to think about it. The close of a candle mean nothing because it's just where the price was when she closed. Okay. yeah, that makes sense, but you want it to close below an important level so that the next one can continue on closing in profits, right? That's how I look at it. Ooh, Striff is saying UJ is at 4-hour resistance waiting for NY volume to push it up. Let's take a look because he asked so kindly. So Euro JPY is rejecting this support. USD JPY. Oh. It's basically, he said it's at 4-hour resistance and NY volume can push it up. I think with volume it can definitely correct the clean traffic to the left, but that's only about 15-20 pips of clean traffic. Oh, and you have the daily time frame in your direction as well. You got about a good 25 pips over there. Yeah, I think with NY volume, if it starts closing above 110.500, that's going to be really good buys. Absolutely. So close above here, and then with volume you can definitely correct this clean traffic to the left, which is like, yeah, 18-20 pips, which I guess for UJ is pretty good, probably. So we got 700 people in the YouTube, only 150 likes. So if you guys like the stream, definitely, you know, reflect that in the like button. Hey, my Shield 92, it's going pretty good. It's been a fun stream so far. We're just waiting patiently for the right confirmations. People asking me start my own YouTube. I mean, I'm right here, ain't I? You got me right here, so it's the same thing. Can anyone explain how to use magic keys? Yes, the magic keys people can explain you how to use magic keys. So that's magic keys with an S at the end. Or not. So if you go to installation, right here, they will explain how to use it. Actually, features. And then keys description and features. Right here, this is basically a pretty good explanation on how to use magic keys. You got all what the buttons do and things like that. So I think you can check out how to use it over here and how it works and things like that. And also, if you guys don't know, there's this broker called the minionmarkets.com, and basically, if you, with your commission, you can basically get like a free magic keys. If we take a look at incentives and commissions, you can basically get like the magic keys by using your commissions. So once you have a total of $165 in total commissions accumulated, you can get it for free. So that's pretty cool. So check out the minionmarkets.com. And you can also get like a mentorship and things like that. It's pretty cool. If you guys didn't know, a little tip. Oh, let's see. Somebody in the Gulag sent a GJ buy scenario. Let's take a look at this chart. I'm very curious to see how you take a look at buys. I have a feeling... Oh, no, it's not the wrong chart. Oh, buys above this level with close around 153.7. Expecting bullish till the next resistance. Yeah, that's a perfect idea. That's also what I'm looking for, is for a close above this level to correct the clean move to the left, because the previous daily candle did close bullish, so there is that probability that price can continue on bullish to retest the highs, and for that to happen, basically need to clear these highs over here. But there's also this resistance over here on the left, which is, you know, why we are also considering sells. So it's either way, whichever way price breaks, I think we can have a profitable trade. Just a question, because I am new and this is my first session with you. So you analyze with us and you look for a buy or sell option, and we can also take this trade. So how it works is basically, you know, I or Luke come onto the stream and we give out our ideas, our zones. We analyze charts for people live as it happened, just like I analyzed this guy's chart over here, and basically give feedbacks. It's not about copying signals or copying the trades we do. It's just you know, education. And if you're new, definitely don't forget to subscribe, since that helps us grow. It shows the interest and we can continue on doing these for you. Let's check this setup from a name I can't pronounce. This is a GA 15 minute. If price respects support and close with engulfing previous candle on 15 minute, you're gonna take a buy. Sells upon close below the support zone on 5 minute. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense, especially the buying analysis. That makes perfect sense. For the selling analysis, I think you might want to see some form of a resistance formed, because yeah, you might want to see some form of resistance formed. I'd personally look for a resistance formed rather than just a close below. But don't let that affect your own analysis. If it's something you've seen happen over and over, you know, each pair behaves differently, and I've never paid attention to GA in a fashion that I want to trade it. I've only really paid attention to gold and GJ. So what's your average percentage gain each month? This month is about over 5%. Don't know off the top of my head, but it's over 5%. Are you gonna trade news? There is no news today. I mean, this comes out way in the afternoon, so I'm eating dinner or eating dinner at that time. So we've got a buying idea for Euro JPY. Buy above 131.550 with clean traffic to the left. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a really good idea, because it seems like you're also breaking the bearish structure to the left on the higher time frame, so I think that makes perfect sense. Let's see, how's gold behaving? We're starting to get a minor pullback. Yeah, it's starting to break this support, but not convincingly enough. Do you believe support become resistance and vice versa? Yeah, support does become resistance once it's broken, as like a retest thing. What do you eat for dinner? I have no clue. I'll need to see. Probably some salad or whatever. I don't know. What should the ideal profit percentage for a day you recommend from experience for small novice trader? I think if you can make 1% a day is a really realistic target to make. If you risk 1%, then you want to aim to make 1%, 1 to 2% a day. What's your thoughts on FTMO or funding talent? I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good once you have found your consistency and you have your edge over the market. Then it makes perfect sense, because then you know that your system and your probabilities is going to give you 10% a month rather consistently. So then it makes perfect sense to go with a funding company. But if you don't have that system developed yet, then it makes no sense, because you have no clue how much you're going to make. Then at that point, funding programs are basically just a poor man's dream. How can I get the digital version of Magic Keys? Well, I think if we go to the website and then go to the home page and then probably click buy, we can.
Yeah, nobody has Google nowadays, man.
Yeah, nobody has Google or
That is a very
something.
Googleable. How do I get Magic Keys?
Yeah.
I mean,
So you can pre-order here. Let's see, where's the... Yeah, just look on the website. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure if you can scroll on the website somewhere, you'll see it. Yeah, nobody has Google anymore. When are you looking for gold sells? I think gold sells below this support. If it can create a fresh support on the 15 minute, 30 minute, and then break that fresh support, then I'd be looking for sells. Because now we're starting to, what's it called? Reject this resistance. And it's ranging, so you want to sell resistance, buy support. Yeah, the analysis on gold is a bit funky this session. It's pretty slow. You got GJ. GJ's pushing higher and higher. Really didn't expect it to do that, but that's okay. Oh, we got the link right here. It's magickeys.trade/virtual. Then you can get the virtual one for 30 bucks. Should I target 15 pips per day on a $100 account? Yeah, that's perfect. 10, 15, 20 pips if you're scalping makes perfect sense. No impulse entry today. No sir, not yet.
Actually, no entry today.
Yeah, no entry. I don't think there's gonna be really anything interesting happening right now, to be honest. It's one of those slow days. Somebody, is it possible to develop an EA from your current trading style? I don't think so. No, not from our trading style, because it's so subjective and it requires so much experience that you can't program it into a computer, because we're so flexible on the charts that you can't program that flexibility on a computer. So I don't think you can make an EA out of our strategy. Oh, somebody came late. Did we get any trades yet? Not yet. No, sir. There was some opportunity for gold buys if your bias was bullish, but nothing for me yet. Let's see, is that a liquidity grab on gold on the 1 hour? Yeah, this wick up was basically a liquidity grab. And I think if this hourly candle closes below this resistance, then we're gonna see some sells down to the low to retest this area. Gold about to drop, but after a liquidity grab to 1790. Ooh. So first hit 1790 and then go down. I think it might just go down now. Yeah, this is just one of those slow days where what you're looking for just doesn't happen and you're sitting there waiting for things to happen. So So Cravian asking how do I send a chart? You basically send it by clicking this camera icon to the top right of the screen. To the left hand side of the publish button, you click the camera icon, and then you copy and paste the last digits. So basically this last, there's the /x/ and then you copy this whole thing and post it in the chat. Why didn't I take gold sells below the break of the previous 30-minute? I'm guessing that's right over here. Well, because I explained, you know, the booby trap candle situation, and price is going up. I'll annotate. So price is basically going up. It broke this structural point. So if this candle over here, if this exact 30-minute candle had printed, let's say right over here, then that would make perfect sense. So let's say like it printed right over here with its bearish body like this, then that would make perfect sense because it's respecting this structural point, right? But we broke structure, so, and the momentum is pretty bullish. So this 30-minute can be, you know, a booby trap candle like we explained on these 5-minute candles. For me to take a sell, I need to see like a fresh support formed on the 15-minute and then a break of that fresh support, because then that tells me we created a high, we created support to retest a high, and we failed to create a higher high. And if we break that support, then that just means we are, you know, going to do a deeper pullback. Somebody tried to take sells with this candle but got stopped out at break even. Yeah, that's what a booby trap candle does. It entices traders to take a sell, but to do a pullback, but in reality it might just break the high and continue on upwards. Can I analyze Euro USD? I think I already did analyze Euro USD. You wanted to see a fresh support formed and then maybe a break of that support or a break above 1.190 on the 4-hour. Yeah, so the 4-hour is starting to form that fresh support. If it closes somewhat like this, with a nice body like this, then I think, you know, you can see buys to retest this high. And if we reject from this high and start to basically close below that support, then obviously price is going to start coming down. And then you can say that this daily candle is a booby trap candle to continue down. Yeah, I am liking this range on gold though. It's about 40 pip range. It's quite healthy. Does this trade look nice? Let's see. This is AUD USD 5-minute. Price is coming down, then started going up. Yeah, that's a really nice confirmation. I like it. It broke above a high, and you take a buy for it to continue on up. That's really nice. We are pushing up till 1797 on gold. NY gonna push. Yeah, probably NY is gonna do a push here on gold. We'll see in which direction. GJ is continuing up. We have Momo here in the chat. He's like our news expert. He's sending in all the latest news about Brexit and whatnot. Can I deposit $20 on Dominion markets? I don't know. I think the minimum, you're gonna have to check what the minimum is. Yeah, minimum is 100. Somebody only considers sell on gold below 1781.60. 1781.60. How come 1781.60? Is it below here? Oh, I guess below here, okay. Okay, yeah, and then you expect for a support, maybe for price to potentially create a support here to retest the highs. Okay. I think, yeah, that also makes sense. For me, I think even a break below this level, we can take sells down to, 81 or 80 flat and correct this clean candle to the left. It's my bad. Okay, what do I think of this GJ idea? Buys here, sells below. Yeah, that's perfect. I like it. That's what I'm looking at as well. Buys above, sells below. I think, yeah, there is this little issue though with buys, but that's why I would rather wait for this 4 hour to close above here. If we have the 4 hour closing, then there's not a shred of doubt about where we're going. I prefer to use MetaTrader 5 over MetaTrader 4. It's really a big difference, especially when you close partials so much. On MetaTrader 4, it looks like you've taken so many trades, but you're really just closing partials. And on MetaTrader 5, it all gets consolidated into one position and one exit price, so it makes it really easy to see what your average exit price is. I have one question about Dominion markets. In Australia, the max leverage we can use is 1 to 30. So will it be the same on Dominion markets as well? No, I don't think so. It shouldn't be, because they're an offshore brokerage. They're regulated in an offshore entity, so that shouldn't have effect with the regulations in Australia. And if it does, you can always sign up with crypto. If your country code isn't listed in Dominion markets, you can always sign up for crypto so that it accepts the traders from America and things like that. What is the difference between MetaTrader 4 and 5? MetaTrader 5 is just, newer. If 15-minute close below support, we can sell gold. Yeah, you could if you expect, a really big rejection from this level. For me, I want to see a fresh support form, because price is moving up, and if it forms a fresh support and breaks that support, then there's no shred of doubt in my head where, price will go to next. But if taking a sell over here, for me, you might get caught into that support. So you might, yeah, but I don't want to affect your idea. If that's what you're looking for and you've seen it work before, then that's perfect. For me, I'd just be more comfortable executing on the break of a fresh support. Let's take a look at this chart markup. We have candles closing in 30 seconds over here, which is the 15-minute close. So 30-minute is still open at 30-minute support, hourly support as well. So who knows, is this 15-minute close below going to cause price to push down? It could. So let's take a look at these markups for GJ. Ooh, Nice. You have like a sort of like a channel over here which also curves. That's new. That's some technology over here. There's some lines and the buy from up here. That's a 5-minute. Nice. That makes sense. You took a buy down here. Price went up, and you expect it to continue up. So that makes perfect sense. I like it. Price closed over here on gold. How's GJ closing? GJ's closing pretty bullish. We have that booby trap candle we talked about. So this is, you know, the candle I was talking about with booby traps. So let's keep an eye on gold, see what it's doing. Are you in? No, I am not in anything. No. I'm in nothing. No trades taken this New York session. Why not buy in gold? Looks like inverse head and shoulders. Why not buy? Because it's not in our plan. Can I analyze GU? Yeah, I guess we can analyze GU. I'm gonna keep an eye on this situation. If it does go down, then maybe that's something I can journal for next time. GU. Euro USD, what's it doing so far? It's coming on bullish, so that's interesting. GBP USD. So weekly is also bullish. Looks like gold and Euro USD. Same situations. So daily close like that. 4 hours forming a support. Yeah, I think with this 4 hour forming a support, you created a low, a high, a higher low, and then it could create a higher high. The question is there going to be enough range from the close of this 4 hour to your target up here, which is 30 pips? So that's quite enough. So we need to evaluate on the hourly. We have this minor resistance up here. If we can close above this minor resistance up here, you have, you know, a pretty good range to potentially take a trade in. So I think that's going to be my whole idea for GU. Is buys coming up to this resistance level, and if it breaks above this resistance level, then it's definitely can continue on creating more bullish market structure, since it's coming from this weekly support after creating a high in a overall bullish market on the weekly time frame. So gold still hasn't done anything so far. In a downtrend, if price breaks a support, do we wait for price to retest to form a resistance before taking a trade down? That depends. That is highly subjective. It depends how far from the support does it close. If it closes too far from the support, then it makes more sense to wait for a resistance to form. If it closes close enough to enough to the support, then it can definitely, you can take a sell over there to continue on lower. Both MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 are trash. Is there any better platform? Yeah, to be honest, they're not the best platforms. They're pretty good for executing, but in terms of technical analysis and doing, you know, all that kind of due diligence, it's really not that good. That's why we use Tradingview to do the technical analysis and then execute on the MetaTrader platform. Someone saying CTrader is better in my opinion. Could be. I've never used it, but I hear a lot of good things about it. Hey, Six says, hey guys, I'm new here. Nice stream you have. I think I'll stick around. That's nice. Awesome to have you here, buddy. We have men like Ace saying, bro, I unlocked the power of money printing just by doing the opposite of what you guys say. Awesome, Ake. It's all really good for you.
Oh, hey.
Our good old friend Ake. Yeah, GJ's really, I guess, really didn't want to go down at all. That's okay. If it closes above this 4-hour level, then we're gonna see some very clean buys above. But I'm personally gonna wait for this 4-hour to close, and then take those buys with NYSE volume. And for gold, I'm gonna wait this for this hourly to close and see how it closes, and take some, and maybe take something with NY open volume. But who knows? Tamika Hamilton, awesome training. First time with you. I have subscribed. That's awesome. Great to have you over here, Tamika Hamilton. You must be a sister of Lewis Hamilton or something, the Formula One racer. Yeah, so if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe. We do this every morning with London sessions, and then with New York sessions. We're live quite often, so I'm giving out a lot of free value. So let's see if gold formed somewhat of a support. I'm not looking to trade this. I mean, today is not my day to trade, but if it does break this support now, then I would say sells have, much better probability of playing out. But yeah, I'm not gonna take that. I'm just waiting for my correct opportunities, because I took some 2 losses in London. One was like a 2-pip loss, and then a 5-pip loss. So I'm just playing it easy for today. Plus, there's nothing amazing happening, so can't miss out on nothing. Question: is it okay to trade all these sessions? It's best to stick to 1 or 2 sessions. Oh wow, look at this. It broke the support over here, and it's melting. So as I was saying, it's best to stick to 1 or 2 sessions, because then you can really... No, 1 session. It's best to stick to 1 session, because then you can really learn that lesson and master that lesson. If you trade 2 sessions, it's gonna get very hectic, especially in the beginning. I mean, you see me and Luke doing it now, but we know how to evaluate when a session is tradable and when it's going to be a no trade session. So like for me on gold, this session is really no trade session, because it's really ranging. So unless I see a really good opportunity, then it makes sense.
You're overall bearish, right?
Yeah, on gold, yeah, I'm pretty bearish. Because
there's some opportunities for sells.
oh yeah, true. I was looking at a sell from the break of this low, but it's not the confirmation I want to be taking right now in the position I'm in for today, because I took like a 6-7 pip loss in London, so I'm not in 2 trades, so I'm not looking to compound that kind of thing. Where would you have taken
the way that I did it? If you look at the 30-minute,
Uh-huh.
right? you can see that the 30-minute made rejections off of this area here, with
Right.
this wick, and as soon as we broke that low,
It went
that could have
down.
been huge.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I
Yeah.
was very wary of this whole level, which is something you mentioned as well the other time.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I don't want to buy into that. So,
Exactly.
so I guess, yeah, once the 30-minute did make that rejection wick, even though it broke structure,
Yeah.
I guess that could have made sense because of this
Yeah.
level over here.
And we're overall bearish. You can see, like, even on the higher time frame, you can see that we haven't broken structure to
Yeah,
the
we haven't
upside yet.
broken this level.
You see it low, low, high. This could be the next leg down.
Yeah, true. True. Yeah, so we'll see what New York Open does in a couple minutes over here. GJ's really doing one. Crazy.
And GJ's buys all day. If you look at it on the daily,
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's all buys.
Yeah, I was looking for sells since the 4-hour kind of sort of broke structure, so I'm like, maybe we can correct the clean traffic to the left. But
Yeah, but it broke structure just to get a pullback to keep going up. So if you zoom out on the daily,
it kind of like retested this level.
right? So zoom out like a little bit, make it smaller.
Like, so you can see the left,
Yeah,
or?
from right here. Just like
Oh.
yeah. So you see yeah. So you see how we had a high, low, yeah, high, low, high. This is the new low, retesting this area.
True.
Right.
Yeah, true. That was the whole question: is this support form to retest the highs, or to continue bearish?
Yeah.
And like the answer was, if we break above this level,
And just
then
the way that yesterday's candle closed, I mean,
yeah, it was
it
pretty
just gave
strong.
it just gave it all the way. And gold is going downtown.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty good entry once it broke this low, or even the 30-minute low. I think I would have been more comfortable executing over here, but the situation I'm coming from in London, I'm just want to take it easy.
I actually have an entry from 1787.
1787, damn, right up here.
Yep.
Was that based on the on this bearish engulfing candle? 18.
I don't want to confuse people in the stream. I'll tell you
Okay.
after.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Oh wow, it's melting.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see, would it be considered a break of structure on the 5-minute on gold? Yeah, it pretty much broke this support over here. That was a break of structure, and then once it created this support as a sort of lower high, we have a high, and then this could have been the next lower high, and with volume we see it's pumping down.
Yeah. The 4 hour is not looking too nice no more.
No.
The 4 hours making a top wick, so what are the chances that the next hour of this 4 hour candle makes a bottom wick?
Yeah, true. Where would I get out on gold? I think once it, I would get out before this new hourly opens, to be honest, because it might retrace, but also right about here, once it corrects this clean candle to the left, that'd be a pretty good place to, I mean, that would be the super easy TP. But if it does start flipping with volume, you might even come all the way down to 1775. So then that's up to you. Are you happy with the profit if you get out over here, or do you wanna, hit a home run in a way?
Leave a runner.
Yeah, leave a runner.
See, I'm looking I'm looking at the weekly,
Hmm.
and I'm just kind of I was bullish last week, and I was like, okay, we're at a weekly support,
Hmm.
and we should continue going up. But the way that the weekly candle closed last week, it closed below support.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that this could be that push up to make the wick, the
Hmm.
top wick for the weekly, and then we can start coming down the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's true. Because monthly also broke the low, so that's showing some bearish sentiment.
Yeah, but the monthly is a sticky situation too. So,
True.
all right, NYSE open. I know, New York open. Sorry, not NYSE.
Yeah, let's see. It closed with no bottom wick, so it's a little delicate situation. But if it forms the support now and then breaks that support, then I'd definitely be looking for sells to come down to these supports over here. I think Walla's gone for today, is he? Yeah, I think he's gone.
I don't know. Was he in London?
Yeah, he came in London. Yeah, price at this resistance on GJ closed inside this range. I think maybe with NYSE. Oh, charts are a little bit frozen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, maybe with NYSE, if we start breaking the NY volume that we're in right now, if we start breaking these highs at 0.800, could be an idea to go up.
Yeah.
Aggressively. So which time frame would I want to see support formed on? For me, on gold, I'd want to see it on the 15. Man, my charts are freezing over here. Yeah, 15 would be pretty good, and the next one can break the low and continue on down. Because the flipping point would be right over here. So that would be about, what is it? Oh, 20 pip range. Okay, we'll have to see. See, I'm gonna go get a little bit something to drink. I'll be back in a second. I'll see how, I'll leave it on the GJ chart to see if it breaks 800, what it's gonna do. Be right back.
What you looking at, Mitch?
Watching this AU candle at a 30-minute. Got this rejection on the hour. And I really,
AUD?
yeah, I think this is the joint that's going to flip it right now.
You and Cody were in it from last week, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm always an AUD.
Yeah, it's consolidating on the daily and on the 12 hour, just chilling. Could be just accumulating orders.
Alright, mission accomplished of getting something to drink.
You can tell us you want to take a leak. It's okay.
No, I got some juice.
The mango juice.
It was a blueberry juice.
You gotta be like Roger and get the mango juice.
Oh yeah, true. That's like the lucky juice.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some music playing. Right, let's take a look at this chart. Pre-New York Open, 15-minute close inside this range, price retest zone up from the upper wick, enter sales at the break, the low. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Once it broke that low, that was a pretty good entry. I think I overthought it because I wanted to see a fresh support formed, but I think there was some room to come down before the New York Open. It came down some 20 pips, that's quite nice. Oh, somebody's got their microphone unmuted. Wouldn't you want to see resistance being formed and broken for GJ buys? Resistance, well, you have this resistance which was formed in Asia session, and if it breaks now in New York Open, I think it can continue up higher. So I think I'm gonna wait for a candle to close above here. Aggressive entry can be like a buy stop above 153.800. Depends on how aggressive you are in this idea to continue on up. How would you approach GJ now? Could it just push through? With the NY open, there is that probability that it can just push through, but I'm gonna wait for a candle to close. I haven't taken any trades yet this session. There are definitely opportunities, but not the ones I'd like to take. So let's see if this support on the 15-minute can break. Even if this, oh dear, it's happening quite fast. Alright, this 15-minute is flipping over here. It broke the low. I'm not taking anything. It's not the right confirmation for me to take in this session with the positions I'm in from London session. So I'm gonna just look to take it easy. In drawing resistance support zones, do we take resistance from the body, open, close, or the wick high or low? I like to take a look at the bodies, and then the wicks tell me basically how wide the zone can be. So in this case, on the 4 hour, you see the resistance is up here on the wicks, and the reason that is if you go to the lower time frame, 1 hour, you see that the resistance, on the 1 hour is up here. So yeah, I'm waiting for this 15-minute to close like weak bullish, and then once it breaks the low, it can come on down, but the range is only 15 pips, so it's quite aggressive for the position I'm in. Because I can show you guys the trades I took in London session. Let's focus over here first.
I'd be careful to take sales.
Yeah, it's
right now.
they already
Because
happened.
the move already happened.
Yeah, that's
And if like somebody stated earlier, you did get a break of structure here, so this could be that pullback.
go
to
back up.
continue going up as well.
Mhm.
The best sells were from here because this was that pullback down, and
Mhm.
this was the selling area.
Mm.
But just where we are right now, and you got to keep in mind that this is a weekly support area.
Yeah, exactly.
So just got to be careful at
Mhm.
this point. Like
Yeah.
better sells will probably be below here.
True. Yeah, I noted that down in my journal because I think the right selling opportunities was right over here, but I didn't take it because I wanted to see a fresh support formed. Because market was rallying up. But now that I'm thinking about it, what I learned from it is that we're rejecting a 4-hour resistance, and
Yeah.
and
So we had a 30-minute rejection closing bearish, and as soon as we broke that low, that was the perfect thing.
yeah, exactly. Because basically how I see it is, I'm gonna annotate. How I see it
Yeah.
is the market, in my eyes, it's ranging because we see this. Basically, we're heading on down. Created this support. We came up, created this resistance. We retested the support and even broke below it, and then closed back inside. So now what I see is a range, right? So.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I see something different. So like I
Mm,
see, this is that low. This was the high over here. This was the low. This is
uh-huh.
a high. This was the low. We broke this. We closed below here.
Right.
So this is
And now
this is the retracement back up,
to
right?
retest the low.
To retest here, and look how we retested exactly the zone,
Mm,
and then we're gonna come back down to
mm.
retest probably this area here. So
Yeah,
I
true.
would say this is that range now here. So sell
Yeah,
here,
right
buy
there.
here.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's why this cell over here made sense. Oh, the
Yeah,
drawings are back. Yeah, that's why this cell over here made sense without needing to wait for a support formed, because yeah, we're basically, for my eyes, we're in at the top of the range, so it makes sense for price to just like reject hard from there. So that's something I'm gonna note down for next time. But I agree with that. Price can create a bottom wick on the weekly, like retest this level. But I think
yeah.
as of right now, we're really ranging, and what's gonna give the power to create that bottom wick is once this daily closes bearish. If this daily can create a strong resistance, then I think we can 100% like break that range
I'm
down
down.
to retest the lows. So that
Yeah,
might be something for tomorrow, but who knows?
we shall see.
Mhm. Yeah, I noticed engulfing patterns, there's such a strong pattern in the market. Like yeah, I guess you can say they
Oh,
have a lot of orders waiting for them there.
yeah. And I look at all the time frames. You remember seeing my chart? Like I look at every single time frame.
Yeah, true.
So I look at the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, and until the 20 some hours.
True. What do you got going on there in the background? There's a.
Just moving the chair.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, let's see if for pound yen we can get a close above. That might be my trade then for the day, or for New York. Let's take a look at this chart. Gold 15 took an impulse entry at 1780 300 on the 15 this morning. Got caught in this mess and end up closing with a loss. Then price bounced. Where was this? At the break of that low. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I was looking at this same idea, but I think what you could have done, and what I did, I entered somewhere over here. Once the hourly created the top wick, yeah, this is the hourly. The hourly basically closed right here, and once the hourly created its top wick and came down to flip bullish and break its own low, I basically entered a sell to fill this wick over here, but that got stopped out at -2 pips. Oh dear. That got stopped out at -2 pips basically, and then I tried to give it a second chance over here, but entered a little early. Based on the 30-minute flipping bearish, and I got caught out once it retraced, but the idea played out. So I think that was a good idea, but you could have entered earlier, because at this point it's really too late. It's really too late. Your stop loss is really big, and your target makes sense, but I think sells from down there could have been more opportunistic, because the wick fill is already 15 pips, so that was a pretty good range. Yeah, you got now the bearish, weak bullish candle. If it breaks the low, it might continue down, but I'm not looking at, because of the 2 trades I already had, I'm not looking to really make back any sort of losses this session, because it's not the right, the market conditions aren't there to make the, a third trade. Last week it made perfect sense over here, but look how nice these market conditions were. We had a huge fat candle coming down, a minor retracement, closed below the support, and then you expect basically a big fat candle coming down, right? So the market conditions were there to go hard that day, but today, if you take a look at today, it's not the right time to go hard.
I was telling people last week that, in my opinion, that we're gonna range at this point for a while, for at least a week.
Yeah, true. I agree with you. Because then the weekly, then the weekly is gonna give that confirmation, like a support form to kind of like either retest the highs or break that support to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, expect the range too. So we're making higher highs on GJ over here.
Must be.
Yes, sir. See.
Can you see me?
Hey man, how are you, Chris?
What up, bitch? Good. I was London.
Where are you?
Yo.
Where are you, man? You're not at your beautiful background area.
Yeah, where's the beautiful view?
I'm at the gym right now.
Oh,
I'm at my
nice.
dad's house.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Not trading today?
Yeah, no trading today. Did you guys?
Oh, you went on
Nah,
mute.
we didn't get.
But I think you were gonna ask if there were any trades. Not really. There was these sells over here on gold were potential sells, and then I think he disconnected. Maybe some bad internet, but yeah. And I was looking for sells on GJ, but it didn't.
No, he just turned off his camera. That's it.
Oh, okay, he's still here. Yeah, uneventful day, I would say.
Us.
Somebody wants to give their opinion. Let's see. This is what this person from the gulag is looking for as candles are getting weaker and weaker. Let's take a look. Oh, a little pullback. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because candles are, well, I mean, on the 30-minute, they're still pretty strong. On the 15-minute, it's okay. I think if you get like a good, solid hourly close, yeah, because this hourly close is also going to close the 4 hours. So I think my initial plan is to wait for the 4 hour to close above, because then I know that the NYSE and London close volume are just going to push up. Kind of like what it did yesterday, right? New York closed above the resistance, and then London closed, NYSE volume continued on upwards. Ever thought of trading German 30 or any other indice? Not really. Actually, yeah, there was the Dutch index. I thought that would be pretty interesting to trade, but I'm not really looking at it. For GJ, what's the stop loss and target you will be looking at for entering? It depends. I'm not looking for an entry just yet. But if you get a candle closing above, then your stop loss can be below the candle low, and the target can be maybe first 10, 15 pips, and then leave a runner to like, I don't know, to correct this clean traffic over here. So like 154, 600 would be a pretty good target overall. Oh, somebody is in a Euro USD buy position. I think that was something we called out, was Euro USD buys. Oh, based on the 5 minute. Okay. Little bit of a
Oh
delicate
yeah,
situ-
look at gold.
Oh dear. Oh, I think it's oh, it broke that low.
Yeah, and
Let's
I wake back up.
yeah, let's observe what happened.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, good thing I'm not in it. I'm just sitting back for this session, to be honest. Yeah, really weak 5 minute candles as well. So
That's giving me an indication of something else though.
oh
The
dear,
Saints.
buys.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, because where was it? Yeah, we're kind of at this level over here. And for me it's ranging, so it makes sense to buy support and then sell resistance.
No, nope. Not for me today. Not for me right now.
Nah, best to sit back.
Man, I need to learn how to hold some more positions. I get like amazing entries and I just don't hold them.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, this isn't an easy trade to catch. It went down like 7 pips and then boom, minus probably 10 and then just
Yeah.
did some things.
I would have freed people out, closed their positions, and then
Yeah.
but that 30 minute was beautiful.
Yeah, that 30 minute with the wick. Yeah, and I guess I missed some details, but I can take a look at those details for next time. So that's nice. I am still waiting for a setup so I can turn on the money song. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be the money song playing today. There was no money setups. So GA, I think we're looking for GA buys. We had this, I remember somebody in the gulag was looking for buys when there was a 15-minute bullish engulfing candle, which I guess happened over here. So that was some nice buys. If you're still in the chat, that was a nice call from you. And then for Euro USD, I think you're gonna either want to see this 4-hour form of support to continue on up or fail the support. I was in that gold sell, but I pussied out because I was worried about a pullback. Yeah, that's okay because, I mean, you did get a pullback. Like, if you... Well, I mean, I would have been from up over here, so that pullback would have stopped out my runner-up break even. Oh dear, look at it go. Running 18 pips here.
Yeah, I have a runner.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I was looking for that sell from there, but I'm like, nah. Today's not the session where we're gonna make back losses.
A lot of people are direct messaging me. How'd
Already.
you get that entry?
Yeah, because Because what was the stop loss for this? Yeah, 20 pips
Oh
stop
man,
loss.
this is beautiful right here.
Oh yeah. The 4-hour level. Oh, there you got your baby tiger crying in the background.
I was gonna
man.
ask, are you into pterodactyls over there?
Yeah.
Nah, that's my actual son.
What? How old is he? He's gotta be little.
Yeah, he's a year and 2 months.
Oh gosh, I was like, what has he got over there? I know that's not a lion.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys my lion later on.
Oh dear, okay. Yeah, so I think for this trade, if I was in it, the stop loss would have been like 13 pips at the flip of this 5 minute. I would have secured around 10 left the runner. Man, the charts are slow today. Even
You gotta fix that internet, bro.
yeah, I don't know. It's not the internet. Like I got like 50 megabytes download and upload here. Yeah, now we have the 4-hour flipping bearish. Should fill this wick and tap into this support at 75.
Oh man,
Oh dear.
let's go.
Oh, somebody asking, can we sell on GJ now? I don't think so.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead, do what you want. Sell it.
And learn from
Let us
it.
know how it
Yeah.
goes.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at this chart. Probably one of the last charts we're gonna look at for today, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. I think we called out enough opportunities. Ooh, wrong chart. Ending the day with a wrong chart. Let me double check. That wasn't my fault.
Man, I love AUD, man.
Yeah,
Y'all sleep on that shit, man. Keep sleeping. I keep eating.
Yeah, what did AUD USD do today?
Got me 17 pips this morning, 24 pips last night.
Oh damn, it's always moving. Yeah, that was pretty good. Probably you got in at the break of this 30-minute high, probably. Oh yeah, that's 17
Yeah,
pips.
yeah.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Man, you gotta wait. What is this? 2 hours to get 17 pips?
Yeah, 2 hours, sort of.
Yeah.
That's
Gold
too
is
much
like,
for me, man.
yeah, really good
That's too much.
test of patience.
Yeah, that's too much for me. I'm gonna get 17 pips in a 1 minute candle on gold and be done.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, you get those on AU and shit every now and again. You know, they do move like that. 35 pips, 20 pips. But I'm going to just eat the up and the down.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, you have that. You have your pair, right? So
Yeah,
your pair is AUD USD. Everybody has that one pair that they trade, and they master.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a stream over here for the YouTube, because basically called out, you know, what needed to be called out with the
4 hour wick filled on gold
yeah.
already.
Yeah, I should have taken this trade, listened to myself a little bit more, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, if you guys in the gulag, there's 800 people watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the stream. We got somebody asking who is the person speaking. Seems very knowledgeable. He's the Lion Whisperer. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, drop a like, subscribe so you can tune in for the next streams, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, gulag. Ciao, ciao.